Spencer Dinwiddie. At small forward, P.J. Washington. At the other guard position, Klay Thompson. At center, Derek Lively.
So this is the first of two in a row. These two teams will play against each other. Greg, any advantages or disadvantages?
Well, I mean, I feel in the first game, you can run your game. That second time around is when you get to dig deep into the film and try and make adjustments.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Klay Thompson is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's Washington. And it's Lively in at center. Now here's Thompson. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. It's hauled in by Dunn. Harden outside. Pass to Leonard. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. And it goes down 2 points.
Yeah, that's Zubac just carving out space with that big frame.
Davis setting the pick for Dinwiddie. No good from outside. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Zubac against Davis. Zubac the pass to Dunn. And here is Powell. Shot clock at 5. Now Harden up and in on the layup.
James Harden has made a living out of tough shot making. I'll tell you, the defense pretty good right there. James Harden just better.
Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player. I am the system."
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
And the basket by Harden.
James Harden, one of the best individual offensive players the game has ever seen. If he gets his feet in the painted area, it is always dangerous for the defense.
Now, here's Thompson. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Back to Dinwiddie. Lets it go with a 3. Drills it from outside.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie is very capable from deep. Don't let him get hot now.
Harden kicks to Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Let's see some of the numbers here for Anthony Davis.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Jones checked in for Los Angeles. Christie's checked in for Dallas. So they take the lead.
Boy, beautiful shot off contact. That is what you get with a bigger guard like Klay Thompson.
Harden surveying the D. Pass to Powell. Leonard against Christie. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, Doris, no one has a bigger effect on a game than this great two-way player.
There's no question, Kevin, because of his length and savvy on the defensive end. He can swallow up individual offensive matchups. He's that good defensively. And then you think to his transition on the offensive end from a player who was a standstill shooter to now who you can run your offense through.
That one is off. And what a new era for the Clippers, Greg, playing here in their own arena, the Intuit Dome.
You had no more sharing, right? No more covering up Laker banners. It feels like the Clippers are on their own 2 feet now. This was the goal for the ownership group, and they made it happen.
And the second free throw, good. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Mavericks shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Los Angeles. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
One thing you have to love about Spencer Dinwiddie is his confidence. Here's a guy who knows he belongs, and he's proving it with his play night after night.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle. And Jason Kidd is called timeout, looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Only 3 games until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the West will be won. You look at the Clippers. They're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And, of course, there's the Mavericks. They're back in the 9th position.
And when you look at the Clippers, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Kept alive, Lively, and finished off by Lively.
Let's remember, this guy's got a 9-4 standing reach and a vertical that's ridiculous. Lively just getting to the rim.
Now here's Leonard. Against New Orleans, who is really on his game. Harden, no good. The Mavericks leading. Dinwiddie outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
Spencer Dinwiddie, one of those players that seems to have improved with every passing season, and his numbers back that up. This guy just keeps getting better.
And the first one at the line is good for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for James Harden. And it's Bogdanovic in for Norman Powell. Dallas also making some changes. Daniel Gafford comes in for Derek Lively. And it's P.J. Washington in for Davis. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. Recently, Doris, the Clippers have had their most successful stretch in franchise history.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They've only missed the playoffs twice, going all the way back to 2012. They made their first conference finals in team history back in 2021. Not bad for a franchise that had one of the worst win-loss records in league history.
Showing off his inside game, Bogdan is an all-around scorer.
Dinwiddie for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. And so it's Bogdanovic who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. Trailing by 2. Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Gafford against Zubac. And Bogdanovic throws it down.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Dinwiddie passes to Gafford. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Christie kicks to Washington. On the wing, Dinwiddie. Passed by Simmons.
Now, Daniel Gafford is a vertical threat at the cup. Look out below.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Takes a three. Pass to Jones. Fires from way outside. Spencer Dinwiddie firing on all cylinders for the Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there, and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Big men on the floor for Middle Washington and Gafford. Williams is out there with Christie. And it's Marshall in at the 3 slot. Now here's Williams. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Williams.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Zubats with the screen for Bogdanovich. Down low. And the dunk by Zubats.
Zubats always around the rim. You love the quick strike there.
The Los Angeles Clippers coming to this one after the win against the Pelicans. Williams up on top. Pass to Marshall. Dallas needs to get off a shot from past the arc. The shot by Williams, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest. Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Donnie's checked in for Simmons. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Gafford finds Williams. Here's Christie. And here is Marshall. Still without a basket. Outside Williams. Shoots the three. Done with some nice D.
Absolutely tenacious, guys. Stuck right on him defensively. Bothered that shot.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Bogdanovich. A rebound by Washington.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Williams looking around. Washington with the screen on done. Good on the three-point shot. Williams has got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And when you look at P.J. Washington, his value, DB, lies in his defensive versatility.
Well, he's cross-positional. You can switch virtually every position with him on the defensive end. There's a strong physical presence, but maybe my favorite attribute is he's fearless. There's a toughness and an edge, and boy, you give him a big shot to take, he's not going to hesitate.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And Los Angeles with some changes. Leonard, he's checked in for Amir Coffey. And James Harden subbed in for Bogdanovich. And then for Dallas, Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Davis comes in for P.J. Washington. And it's Hardy in for Christie. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Marshall. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Leonard. It's rebounded by Dallas. Now here's Hardy. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Klay Thompson comes in for Hardy. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Williams. Davis sets a screen. 6 to shoot. Dinwiddie against Harden. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
Harden kicks to Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And, Doris, what's amazing to me, if you look at Kawhi Leonard's production year to year, there's no drop-off.
There's certainly consistency to what Kawhi Leonard does. When he entered the league, he was a defensive force from the outset. And then he built methodically his offensive game. Free throws, post-game, and now range shooting. He is a complete basketball player.
The first free throw is good.
Kawhi is known as a low-key guy, but don't let that fool you. He's as competitively tough as they come.
Eubanks, he's checked in for the Clippers. And Dallas also making a switch. Washington's checked in. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Watching Kawhi enter the league as a lockdown defender and now become an all-around champion. Boy, what a career he has had.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 8 points for him. And a miss there on the triple.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Kawhi Leonard reminding folks he's still got a vertical. Look out.
1:53 left to play here in the half. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. Here's Thompson. James Harden picking up that last basket. It's Davis on the wing. Defended by Jones. Clock is at 3. And they double up Davis over Jones. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Clippers in the lead. Harden outside. Jones against Davis. Harden with it. He's got 6. Shoots over Dinwiddie. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. On the wing, Davis. They need this. And Jones pulls it down. Clippers leading by 4. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
Boy, he cannot get anything to fall, but the teammates, boy, have they delivered.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Mavericks shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he makes the first. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Los Angeles on top, ending the second quarter with a big 11-3 run. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Here with Ty Lue. Good rhythm for your offense in the first half. What did you like about the start?
Moving the basketball, taking the right shot, making the right play. We make the extra pass, we're a tough team to beat.
And you were sure tough in the first half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Hello and welcome. Let's get right into it. The story tonight is a tight matchup for the Clippers after 2 quarters.
Their offense is flowing. Guys are getting into their spot. The ball is finding them. Great execution so far, guys.
I'd say our halftime show is going just as smoothly. And now, as the regular season marches on, here's how things look in the West as we near the final stretch.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, trying to win their way out of a potential play-in game and really get into that top 6.
Yeah, everybody wants that surefire playoff ticket, not the conditional one.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Mavericks trail by 3. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Dunn against Thompson. Fires for 3. Harden can't hit. Dallas shooting around 40% from the floor here. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Powell, the pass to Zubac, and that one, good. Zubac has got 6 points.
Boy, how about that touch on the roll by Zubac? Nice finish.
Lively a screen on Harden. Dinwiddie, the bounce pass. And finished off by Lively.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Harden kicks to Dunn. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Powell for 3. Nailed from three-point land. 6 points for him.
Well, on the catch and shoot, Norman Powell ready to rise and fire.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Klay Thompson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
90 seconds now into the second half. Dinwiddie outside. Five to shoot. The teardrop falls in. Dinwiddie's got 10.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie going to that floater game. It's second nature at this point.
Harden with a screen on Washington. Powell, no one around him, misses the three. Mavericks trail by 4. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Davis. And the rejection by Zubac.
What a great defensive play by Ivica Zubac. This guy just gives you great effort defensively.
And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
Thompson passes to Washington. Now Dinwiddie, 4 on the shot clock. Lively with it from deep. That shot misses. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Davis. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
There has never been hesitation for James Harden to mix it up down low. Tremendous job drawing contact.
And as James Harden enters his mid-30s doors, he's still able to put his fingerprints all over a game.
It's so true, Kevin. Rumors of his supposed demise have been greatly exaggerated. This guy's able to create shots for himself and his teammates at an elite level.
The first one falls.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
No good on the second free throw.
Ask any player or coach in the NBA, how good is James Harden? You will get the same answer. This is one of the best scorers to ever do it, guys.
Thompson misses. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 5-point game. Here's Powell. He's got 6. Dinwiddie with the steal. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Lays it up and banks it in.
This is one of those nights where Spencer Dinwiddie has decided to take over, and no one's had an answer.
Here's Powell. It's deflected. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Thompson. Klay caps off the break well.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Leonard, and he gets it to go from the high post. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, the mid-range absolutely a part of Kawhi Leonard's offensive arsenal. Defense can't expect him to pass those up.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Chris Dunn. And then for Dallas, Najee Marshall, he's checked in for Davis. Christie comes in for Washington. And it's Williams in for Spencer Dinwiddie. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Williams against Harden. Williams kicks to Marshall. To the middle. Here's Lively. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Zubac.
Boy, when you talk about Derek Lively, first thing that strikes you are his physical tools, length, athleticism, great motor. But I also like the maturity from this young man.
And the first one drops. And when we talk about players with great upside, Derek Lively is one of the first to come up.
That's no question about that. This young man has great length and athleticism. He's adding strength every single day. Eventually, he's going to have some go-to moves offensively. But right now, rim runner, rim protector of the highest standard, and plays beyond his years.
And both free throws good for Lively. The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Jones sets the pick for Powell. Hits the three-point bomb. Powell's got his third bucket of the night.
You've got to be able to manipulate pick and roll. Norman Powell taking what the defense gives him. That's really nice.
Outside Williams. Thompson, a screen on Harden. Here's Williams. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Leonard. In the paint. Kawhi gets it done.
Once Kawhi Leonard gets to the interior, this guy's so tough to keep from scoring.
The Mavericks have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Outside Williams. Thompson in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Williams.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Williams against Harden. That's tipped.
Well, on top of the length he provides and athleticism, there are the shot-blocking instincts of Derek Lively. Wow.
Williams passes to Christie. Back to Williams. To the inside. Here's Lively. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. And it's now only a 1-point Clipper lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Leonard against Christie. Now here's Leonard. A ferocity inside by Leonard.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Clippers on top, up 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And let's take a listen now to Coach Tyronn Lue.
Keep attacking, all right? Come on, be aggressive, all right? Let's move the ball, let's swing the ball, move body, drive and kick.
Well, staying focused on the task at hand. You heard it in Coach Lue's voice, urging his guys on.
All about focus and how you execute at this point. Tough to beat.
3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Williams is out there with Christie. Then there's Daniel Gafford. Then it's Martin. And it's Marshall in at the 3.
Well, Kawhi has become one of the smartest offensive players in the game. Understanding use of the shot fake and what it can give you.
Free throw drops for Leonard. Edwards, he's checked in for Martin. Good on both. Now Marshall. For this screen on Leonard. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now here's Bogdanovich. Fires the 3. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Clippers lead by 8.
And this is why Bogdanovich has a permanent green light from the arc. Frankly, the team expects this from him.
Williams passes to Christie. Gafford kicks to Edwards. Dallas moving the ball around. Over in the corner, Williams. Over, done. Williams can't hit.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Leonard shrugs off the contact and hits.
I'll tell you, tough first half, puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
Mavericks trail by 10. Pass to Gafford. Here's Christie. Looking to end the run, and the layup is good. Christie's got his first basket.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Simmons inside. Covered by Gafford. Simmons can't get it to go. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Marshall. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Anthony Davis. He's checked in for Edwards. And it's Hardy in for Christie. Good on the second free throw. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They've led by as much as 10. Again, Los Angeles.
Such a smart offensive player. Leonard understands when to rise up there off the dribble.
Done against Williams. For the screen on Dunn. Williams inside. From deep three-point territory. He's off on that one.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Jones sets the pick for Dunn over Williams. Dunn misses. Mavericks trail by 9. Outside Williams. Outside Davis. Davis owning the inside.
Yeah, the added muscle Davis has put on, helping him on these tough finishes. Flexing on him there.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. James Harden comes in for Jones. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. V.J. Washington comes in for Marshall. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Hardy. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Williams. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He said to them, keep building this lead, guys. Don't take your foot off the gas. Keep working hard. Run our stuff. Guys?
Thanks, David. Leonard draws the double. Here's Harden on the wing. Zubac with the screen for Harden. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Mavericks trail by 7. Dinwiddie passes to Davis. And stolen by Leonard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 8 points here in this quarter.
We've seen this script before. Kawhi Leonard starts early and continues throughout the course of the night. Defense is in for a long haul.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Fades. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Harden kicks to Zubac. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to Dunn. Zubac, a screen on Thompson. Dunn passes to Zubac. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 3 assists now in this one.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
A difficult shot for some bigs, but AD making it look easy.
Here's Powell, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Powell's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Los Angeles.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And they put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Leonard.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Here's Leonard, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Williams. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Kawhi, how satisfied are you with your team's performance tonight in this win?
We did a great job tonight. You know, we got to come in every game with the defensive hat on first, and we did that tonight. We made shots, and we ended up winning the game.
You took it to them when it mattered, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now we present the player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.